Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for this week's reading vlog, I have decided that I want to take you guys along with me for a week of mood reading. Now, when it comes to reading, I am very sporadic with it. I can either only read like 2 pages in one go, or I can read like a 600-page book in one go. It varies, okay? So I want to take you guys along on a week with me of when I just read whatever, whenever I want to. So it is currently Tuesday. I did not read a single thing yesterday on Monday, and that is because I did not sleep the night before. I was exhausted, my head hurt, my eyes were burning. I couldn't sleep the night before. I suffer from insomnia, so it happens quite often, and I was just basically feeling awful the entire day, so I did not read. But I do want to get some reading today. Get some reading done today. So at the moment I am reading Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I'm 141 pages into this and I am quite enjoying it at the moment. I'm not thinking it's going to be a 5-star. It's sitting around about the 3-star mark at the moment. It's good, it's enjoyable, it's just nothing phenomenal for me at the moment. So I am reading this right now and I'm hoping I can finish this within the next couple of days because I really want to read The Charlie Method because I adore this series. I adore it. I loved the first 2 books. They were both 5 stars, so I'm really looking forward to reading this, but I need to finish reading Phantasma first. So I'm gonna carry on reading this and hopefully my opinions change. Like I desperately need a 5-star. I desperately need a 5-star. I've not had a 5-star book in so long. I can't actually remember the last time I read a book 5-star. It's like, yes, I can. It was the very first book I read in February. It's now almost May. And I know I read, I know I read Binding 13. I reread that and I gave that 5 stars, but that doesn't count. That doesn't count in my head because that was a reread and I knew it was going to be 5 stars. Like, I just read it with the purpose of reading it because I just wanted to reread that book because I was in such a slump and I love that series. So yeah, I've not had a new 5-star read since reading Play With Me by Becca Mack at the start of February. So I seriously need a 5-star read and I'm hoping this one will be it, but I'm not hopeful at the moment. And I'm really praying that this one is because I adore this series and I really hope this comes out of 5-star for me. So yeah, that is the plan for this week. I will update later when I get some reading done. Okay, so it's later in the day and I actually did get some reading done. Wow, we're all shocked. No, we're not. That's the point of this. But no, I did get some reading done of Phantasma. I am now on page 286, which is chapter 31. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm kind of bored. Like, I know that, like, there's different trials and there's different levels and things and everything that happens, but I'm just kind of bored of it all already, and I'm like only just over halfway through. Like, this book is, I think, just under 500 pages and I'm like just over halfway done and I'm kind of fed up with it. I'm not gonna lie. And this is something I never thought I would say. The spice in this book, honestly, kind of unnecessary. I was bored of it. Like, the spice just didn't feel necessary. I just don't really care all that much, and like there's been like a plot twist that's just happened that I just read and I guessed it like before it even happened. Like, when it happened I was like, oh, I kind of guessed that was coming. Oh god, I'm bored. I'm really bored, and like, yeah, this book is honestly like it's looking at being like a 2.75 at this point. And Like, maybe it'll get better as it goes on. Who knows? But yeah, no, I'm just a little bored and kind of ready for the book to be over. I think I've got like 2 hours left of the audiobook, which maybe I could probably finish tomorrow. But yeah. And just a little bored. Just a little bit. Okay, yeah. I'm done for now. I will update again tomorrow. Okay, so it's now Thursday and I did not read anything yesterday. But I did mention in my previous clips that, well, in the start of this video, that when I read, I'm very sporadic with it. So yeah, I didn't read anything yesterday at all, just because I honestly wasn't in the mood to read. I didn't want to read, and that's the whole point of this video. It's a mood reading vlog. I read what I want to when I want to. So yeah, I haven't read any more of Phantasma. I'm still on chapter 31, which is page 287, but it is officially the 1st of May, and I really want to get this book finished just so I can tick it off of my TBR and say it's read, because I already said my piece. I'm bored. I'm so bored with it. Like, now, okay, I love spice in a book. Like, I think a lot of the time spice in a book makes it a bit better. I just really enjoy books with spice in them. I have nothing against it. But in this book, I just kind of felt like the way it was placed in the book was just so awkward and unnecessary and just kind of clunky. Like, I just kind of felt like the spice was just added in for the sake of there being spice, and like it didn't add anything to the story. And honestly, like, the spice scenes, I was like, why is this even happening right now? And like, I was just like, what's the point in this scene happening at this moment in time? Like, I was fine with the like couple in this book when, like, I was having more fun when they were just like having banter and like the tension between them before they did anything. And then when they, like, the spy scenes happened, I was just like, are you kidding me? Does this really need to be happening? It just felt, I just didn't really like it. So yeah, I'm just a little bored. I'm not really having the best time with this. I'm going to try and get it all finished though, because I do want to get it finished today, just so I can move on to a different book. I don't know what I'm going to read after this. I kind of want to read the third book in the Golders Ranch series, which I think is The Front Runner. So yeah, I think I'm going to get some reading done with this now so I can try and get this finished, because I think I've got like 2 hours left of the audiobook. So I think I'm going to get it on my get it up on my Kindle, put my headphones on, get a bit of reading done, and then I will update later with further opinions, or hopefully when I've finished it. So it is a couple of hours later now. It's now 10 a.m. and I have officially finished reading Phantasma. And in the end, for this book, I ended up giving it a 2.5 stars. Like, honestly, after my last update, like, when I spoke about it previously, it was like I think I said it was a 2.75 on Tuesday. The more I read, it started going down to a 2-star, and I thought it was going to be a 2-star. Then there was a little bit of a plot twist at the end that I didn't see coming, that bumped it up that tiniest bit more, and I did was like, oh, okay, that's pretty fun. But it, honestly, I was just bored for the majority of the book. And like I said before, the spy scenes in it just felt so unnecessary. Like, there was just so many of them for no reason, and it just felt like they were added in for the sake of having spice in the book. And like,
I felt like the character had more chemistry and tension before they added said spy scenes in. So like I was like, whenever those scenes were coming up, like later as I carried on reading, because I was listening to the audiobook, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like half tuned out the audiobook a little bit when I was listening to those scenes, that just waiting for them to be over and scrolling through Instagram on my phone, and then when they were over I went back to like reading it on my Kindle. And yeah, I just was just kind of fed up with them. Like by the second one I was fed up with them, and I think there was like 4 or 5 different ones. And then like there was this like whole thing in the book to do with her sister, and then that whole thing just seemed to get wrapped up like really freaking quickly, and then the end just kind of felt a little bit rushed, and I just kind of was like, okay, this happened. So yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know why, but for some reason I do kind of want to read the second book, even though I really wasn't that much of a fan of this one. I still, for some reason, still want to read the second one. And I think that's just because like I liked the author's writing style. Like, this is nothing against the author herself. Like, her writing style was really good, and like I liked Ophelia as a character. But I just think like the whole plot of the story, and as it moved on through the story, I was just really bored. And then like the whole thing with like everything that went on, and then the spy scenes just kind of put me off. So I might read the second one. I'm not completely sure. I'll see how I feel in the future after I've had more time to think about it. But this is a 2.5, and I'm kind of glad it's over now. But I think the next book I'm going to read is The Front Runner. I decided I do want to read it because I was going to read The Charlie Method, but I want to read that next week for a different reading vlog that I have planned. So I'm going to read this one instead. These I tend to read pretty quickly. I tend to read the Elsie Silver books in like one sitting, because they're very easy to read and they're very quick reads and they're enjoyable. So yeah, I'm gonna read this book next. I'm taking a break from reading for a little bit because I literally sat there for 2 hours and just read the rest of Phantasma. So I'm going to take a break from reading for a little bit, and then I'm going to start on The Front Runner later. But yeah, no, that's the first book this week done. I'm honestly thinking I can maybe get through 3 books. I know I'm not going to have a lot of time to read tomorrow. I honestly might not even have any time to read tomorrow, because me and my mum have plans during the day, and then in the evening I'm going to my brother's for a barbecue with him, my sister-in-law, and their dogs, who are just so cute, who I miss all of them. I'm excited because I'm really excited to spend time with my family for a little bit. So I probably won't be able to get any reading done tomorrow. And if I do, it'll be late in the evening. So yeah, but I finished Phantasma now. That I've done with one book, and now I'm going to chill for a little bit, get some editing done because I need to edit a couple of videos for my channel. And then I'm going to make a start on The Front Runner in a little bit, and then I will update once I've read a bit of that. Okay, so it's now Friday. I haven't read anything yet today because I've been busy all morning, and I only have around about like 20 minutes until I have to leave the house again. But I want to get a little bit of reading done, and I need to do a couple of little things. So I'm going to put my headphones in and listen to my audiobook while I get those things done before I go out. But when I was out with my mum today, I picked up a couple of books. So I thought I would just show them in this vlog. So first up, I got Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage. This is the 4th book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I'm not sure if it's the last book. I think it might be. But I really like this series. It's very fun and like very quick to read. It's like a 4-star series for me. I think the one I enjoyed the most was the most recent one, which was Lost and Lassoed. But I am really looking forward to reading this because it does look good. So yeah, that is the first one I got. I got this from the works for £6. And then also from the works, I was just having a little look around, and I noticed this was the last copy of this book and I really wanted it. So I picked myself up Fearless by Lauren Roberts. Just look how gorgeous that cover is. I'm obsessed. I really wanted this, and it was only £12, and it was the last copy they had in stock in my works, so I grabbed it for myself, and I'm really excited to read it.
And then finally, when we went into Sainsbury's to get a few bits of food, I was just having a quick glance on the book aisle and I noticed Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. I've been wanting to read this for a while because a lot of my friends seem to love it and they've really enjoyed it in the past, so picked this up for myself, and I really want to read this soon, so yeah. I got those 3 books today. That was £6 in Sainsbury's, I don't know if I said. But I'm going to put my headphones in now, read for like 10-15 minutes while I finish getting everything sorted that I need to do before I go out to my brother's tonight. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to read when I get home tonight because we are having drinks at the barbecue I'm going to, and depending how drunk I get, I don't know if I'm going to be able to read tonight. So yeah, I'm going to get some bits done now and listen to my audiobook, and then I will probably update tomorrow now. Okay, so it's now Saturday and I was actually able to get some reading done yesterday, a lot more than I thought I would. So I thought the only time I was going to get to read anything was that little like 15-minute space I had when I was getting ready to go out to my brother's for the barbecue. But our train actually got cancelled yesterday when we were on our way there, so we decided to get a taxi there because at the time we went, the taxi journey was very, very long because we got stuck in a lot of traffic, and a journey that should have been 30 minutes ended up being an hour. So I actually ended up finishing reading the entirety of The Frontrunner by Elsie Silver yesterday. So I listened to a good chunk of it on the way there, and then on the way back I listened to it also because I get very travel sick, so I decided to just listen to my audiobook while I was travelling. And then when I got home, I think I had around about 2 hours left of the audiobook. And last night when I couldn't sleep, I just put my headphones on, lay down, got comfy, and I just listened to the last 2 hours of the audiobook. And I finished it, and I have to say, 5-star. Absolute 5-star read. I love this so freaking much. Like, genuinely, this is honestly one of my, this is my favourite series. Favorite book in this series as of right now. Like, I love Mira and Stefan. I just love their relationship and their dynamic, and like the whole like found family aspect in this book, and just I'm so excited for the next book in the series because the next book in the series I think follows Nadia and Griffin, who is Stefan's younger sister and his best friend. So yeah, I'm really excited to read the next book, but I really enjoyed this one, and I gave it 5 stars, which I'm so happy about because it's my first 5 stars in 2 months, and I just really wanted to read this. So yeah, I've now finished this book and I don't know what to read next. I kind of want to read The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I also kind of want to read Another Love Story by Julie Soto, but I also really want to read A False Start, which is the next book in the Gold Rush Ranch series, just because I love the series so much, and if once I read that book, I've read the entire series, and it knocks an entire series off of my TBR. I'm not too sure which one I'm going to read yet, but at the moment, I'm not thinking I'm going to read anything just yet, because I'm watching Bridgerton currently, and I want to carry on watching that for a bit longer, and I think I'm going to read tonight. So what I might do is I might just carry on watching Bridgerton for now, and then I will probably read after I've had dinner. So probably around about 8 o'clock tonight, I'll probably get some reading done. But I finished 2 books this week, which I'm quite happy about, and I'm going to decide which one I'm going to read next. And then I will update either later or tomorrow. I really don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done tomorrow because me and my mum are having a TV show binge day, and we're gonna chill in her room and we're gonna watch Supernatural all day because we're watching the series from the first one and we're currently on season 2 and we both just love it. So yeah, we're gonna chill and watch Supernatural all day tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, I will update later on how much I read, or early tomorrow morning when I wake up, and then if I get any reading done tomorrow I will let you guys know.
But that's the update for now, and I will check in again at some point. I apologise for the fan noise in the background, but it's really warm and I need my fan on. But I wanted to give an update because it's been a good few hours since I updated earlier, and I may or may not have read an entire book in that time. I read the entirety of A False Start by Elsie Silver. I ended up picking this one to read, and I ended up giving it a 4.25. Honestly, I absolutely loved this book so much. I loved this series, and just like, I love the characters, and I just love all of them. Honestly, I just love Elsie Silver's writing. She's honestly one of my favourite authors, and I really cannot wait to read her Rose Hill series that she's got out. So I own the first two, Wild Love and Wild Eyes, and I need to get Wild Side, and then I think the fourth one is called Wild Card. And I'm probably going to pick them up very soon just because I love her writing so much, and I love her cowboy romances. But yeah, I finished the entirety of A False Start in one sitting. I started reading it and then just didn't put it down. But yeah, no, I had a great time with it because I loved it so much because it's such a good book. I think now, though, I'm going to chill for a little bit. I have no idea what I want to read next, if I'm being completely honest. I've got so many books that I want to read, so I need to decide what I want to read next. But yeah, no, I sat and read this in one sitting, and I had a great time with it. Yeah, no, I've also now completely ticked that series off of my physical TBR, and I've completed the whole series, so yeah. I think now I'm going to tick this off on my spreadsheet and on my series tracker spreadsheet that I have, and then I might watch some Netflix for a bit while I chill and decide what I want to read next. And yeah, so it's now Sunday, and do you know how I said my reading habits are really sporadic? Yeah, I ended up finishing an entire another book. This is what happens when I get into a reading mood. I just read constantly and like non-stop. So I made a start on The Bodyguard last night at, I think, around about 10:30, 11ish, and I basically read it all in one sitting. Honestly, like I quite enjoyed this. It's very sweet, it's very cute. I liked the couple in it. But it was nothing like phenomenal. It was just like your basic, like, standard cute little rom-com. And I enjoyed the story, but I ended up giving it a 3-star just because I've read other romances that I've preferred more. But it's still a really good book, and I think people should read it because it is very cute and it is very sweet. But yeah, no, I read the entirety of this last night and I really enjoyed it, and I think I finished it around about 3 a.m. So yeah, I read all of that last night. So that is the 4th book ticked off of my TBR, and it's literally only it's my 4th book of the month, and it's literally only the 4th of May. But I was supposed to be watching Supernatural with my mum today, but honestly I'm just so exhausted because I didn't get sleep till late, and then I didn't really sleep the best, so we're going to watch Supernatural all day tomorrow instead. And now I'm just watching Gilmore Girls. I'm going to go on call. My friends are joining me on call soon, and we're going to chill together, and then I think I'm going to make a start on Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, and I want to see how much of this I can get read. I tend to read Colleen Hoover books pretty quickly just because they're quite easy to read, so who knows, I might finish this book today as well. But yeah, no, I'm gonna carry on watching Gilmore Girls for a little bit and chill with my friends for a while, maybe play on The Sims, and then in a little bit I'm gonna make a start on Ugly Love and read that. And yeah, that's my update for now. I've actually read a lot more this week than I would have thought I could, because like I said, I've finished 4 books. One of them I was like already halfway through, but I still finished it this week. But yeah, no, I finished this week Phantasma, The Front Runner, A False Start, The Bodyguard, and hopefully I can finish Ugly Love today as well. Okay, yeah, but that's it for now. I will update you guys later if I get some reading done. So it's officially a start of a new week, which means it is now the end of this reading vlog. But I thought I would just give a little recap of what I read throughout the week while you've been mood reading with me, and just kind of go over everything I read. So yeah, let's get started. So I didn't read anything on Monday because I honestly just wasn't in the mood to read anything. I hadn't slept and my eyes were hurting. So I didn't read anything then, and then on Tuesday I read a bit more of Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I think I got to like the halfway point of this book, or just over the halfway point, and then I didn't read anything again on Wednesday, and then on Thursday I ended up finishing this. I ended up giving this a 2.5 stars. I wasn't the biggest fan of this book. I didn't really particularly... I found the plot line a bit boring at some points. It felt a little bit repetitive. I thought the writing style was beautiful, and I think the author is a beautiful writer. I just wasn't particularly a fan of the story itself, and also for the first time in my life, there being smut in a book actually made me like it less. I just felt like the spice in this book just was kind of pointless. It was unnecessary, and the way it was put in, it just felt like it was put in for the sake of there just being spice, which honestly I just wasn't a big fan of, and I just felt like the book would have been better if it didn't have any of that in it. So I finished this book on Thursday and I gave it a 2.5. So after I finished reading Phantasma on Thursday, I didn't read anything else on Thursday just because I wasn't really in the mood to read because I hadn't slept again. So on Friday, I didn't really think I was going to be able to read much because I had plans all day that day. I was out with my mum for the majority of the day, and then I went to my brother's in the evening for a family barbecue. But I actually ended up reading the entirety of The Frontrunner by Elsie Silver. I didn't finish it all in that one day, but I read the majority of this while I was traveling. I listened to the audiobook for the entirety of this book. I listened to like 10-15 minutes of it while I was getting ready to go to my brother's, and then I listened to a good hour of it when I was going to my brother's because we were stuck in traffic for ages in our taxi, and then I listened to another half an hour of it when I got home when I was coming home from my brother's because we were in a taxi on the way home. And then when I couldn't sleep that night, I ended up listening to the last 2 hours of this in bed, and I finished it, and I ended up giving this a 5-star, which I was so happy about because this was my first 5-star in, God, like 2 months, maybe 3 months, because my last 5-star was at the very start of February. So I was very happy to finally have a 5-star read, and I'm very glad it's this book because I just love this book and I love the characters, and I just love the relationship between Mira and Stefan. Then on Saturday, I read an entire book in a single sitting, and that was A False Start by Elsie Silver. This is the 4th and final book in the Gold Rush Ranch series, and I absolutely loved this. I loved Nadia and Griffin. I just thought they were such a cute little couple. I liked their relationship, and I liked how the third act breakup in this book wasn't predictable. It wasn't stressful. It wasn't anything like miscommunication or anything like that. It was really good, and it was like a mature third act breakup, which never happened, and I was really happy about it. I really enjoyed this book, and I ended up giving this a 4.25, and that finished off the Gold Rush Ranch series. I think in order of favourite to least favourite with this series, I'd probably go The Frontrunner, A False Start, A Photo Finish, and then Off to the Races. That's not to say that I don't love this entire series, because I do. I really, really enjoyed it. It's just, it's not as good a series to me as the Chestnut Springs series, but it's still really, really good, and I really enjoyed it, and I love the couples. And then after I finished reading A False Start, I took a break for a couple of hours before then I made a start on The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, which I started reading, listened to the first couple of chapters, and then I stopped to have my dinner because I had a very late dinner on Saturday night, and then I couldn't sleep again. So from I think around about midnight until 3 in the morning, I just listened to the entirety of this book, and I ended up giving it a 3 stars. I thought it was very cute. It was a very easy, fun rom-com. It has no spice in it whatsoever, so if you want a book that has no spice, I would definitely say read this one. Sorry if you can hear any noise in the background. My next door neighbour is cutting his hedge. But as I was saying, yeah, this book was really fun. It was really cute. It was a nice little rom-com. It just wasn't anything spectacular because I have read better romance books. But if you want something that's very cute, quick, and easy, and you're not a person who's a fan of spice, then I would definitely say pick up this book because it is quite an enjoyable read. But yeah, those were the 4 books that I ended up reading this week. I think we had a good array of ratings. So we had a 2.5, a 5, a 4.25, and a 3. I really enjoyed the majority of these books. And that is it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this mood read with me video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and hit that little notification bell below so you know when I upload. I upload every Friday at 6 p.m. and every 2 weeks on a Tuesday with a reading vlog at 5 p.m. But that's it for today. I will catch you guys next time.